everyone and welcome to iBasiac, YouTube's channel for all your vacuum cleaner news, views and reviews. Well, I like to cover a lot of different vacuum cleaners on my channel. Old ones, new ones, vintage, new but unused. But today we have a very used vintage model from, I would say, the late 70s, early 80s, that sort of time period. Now, it's not an unboxing today because I've already had a look. It's an unbagging. This is how the machine was delivered in a big black bag with a bit of bubble wrap. Now that, unfortunately, didn't stop the damage to this machine that I'm about to reveal. So I'm going to show you this machine in its uncleaned, damaged state, and with any luck I'll be able to show you it later on in its cleaned, repaired state. Depends if I have to send it back. I've asked for a refund, and if the seller wants it back, they can have it back, but they're going to have to pay me to send it back. So far the seller has offered me to buy it. He said, "Do you want it for £10, mate?" I'll have it for £10, but not £10 plus £13.99 postage, because then it makes it obviously £26.99, and with what money I need to spend on this, it's not worth it. But anyway, here it is. You know it's an Electrolux 560. The eBay picture, one eBay picture on the listing wasn't very good. I did wonder what this was actually. It was all blurry, so I had no idea of the condition of this machine. So when I opened it, well, had it not been damaged, I'd have been fairly pleased, but I'll show you the damage in a minute. Well, I'm going to start from the bottom to the top in this video, so I'm going to turn the machine over and we'll have a look at the business end of this Electrolux Electronic 560. So here we have the underside of the vacuum cleaner in its uncleaned state, in the state I received it yesterday. So, the brushes don't seem too bad. I'm not sure I might get a new set. Fortunately, brush strips are still available. Now it has two brush strips, this one, a long one and a short one. Obviously there where there's a gap, that's where the belt is. But on this particular Electrolux, we also have beta bars, but plastic, not like the metal ones that Hoover had on their upright cleaners. The later machines were all brushes. You'd have 4 brush strips, 2 long and 2 short, so I was quite pleased to see this. On my mum's 502 that she had, which was a more basic version of this, she did actually have the beta bars as well, but I think her agitator was black, because I seem to remember the beta bars being black. And what I did with hers, I used to service her vacuum a lot. I used to have brushes replaced from time to time. I mixed things up, a bit naughty. I was a bit of a rebel back then, and instead of having a whole row of the betas, I used to put the short brush strip there. You can see that short brush strip. I used to put that where that beta bar is, and then I used to put the beta bar there next to the long brush. So it had a sort of beats as it sweeps as it cleans action. Hoovers were of course sort of more or less half and half, the beta bar, half brush. I don't know if it made any difference, but that's what I did. So here's the base plate, easy to get to service it to get to the belt. There was 2 screws here, I think it's just 2, yes. And then this whole panel lifts up to have access to the brush roll and the belt, and this suction channel here. It's central suction, so it's pretty good design. These were hugely popular, the Electrolux 500 series, starting with the Electrolux 500, then the 502, 504, 506, etc, etc. And they ran for quite some years in one form or another. Very good cleaners, not quite as good of carpet cleaning as a Hoover, but certainly quieter and certainly more efficient for tool use and easier to use, and certainly more modern looking. So here we go, that's the underside. 2 wheels at the front, and a bit further on at the back we've got 2 further wheels here. That's the pedal to release the handle to the operating position. Viewing the cleaner from the back, again that's the foot operated pedal. You'd press down to release the handle. Nice, very nice design, that. Very strong and sturdy pedal. Just above the pedal we've got this little cover I don't have them. Hopefully I'll get a set one day, but that's where the cleaning tools would have plugged in. Had a sort of a cup-shaped device, and it would plug into there and divert the suction from the motor through the hose rather than it going to the cleaning head. Now this machine has electronic speed control, but on machines that didn't have an electronic speed control, there was a little dial here with, I think, it maximum and minimum on. It might have said medium, but that used to open a vent at the back to reduce the suction at the cleaning head. But because this has electronic control and it has another suction control at the front, which I'll show you in a minute, this didn't need it, so it just had a regular cover. And that always had to be kept closed when using the machine in upright position, because if it was left open, obviously the suction would escape and you won't be picking up very much dirt at all. A little bit further up on the back, this is the exhaust vent, where all the exhaust air comes out of at the back of the cleaner. Moving on a bit further upwards, we have the combined lower cord storage hook and carry handle. This is the first time I've had a proper look at this machine, and I've noticed something that I hadn't seen before, and I will not be lifting this from the carry handle anymore, not until hopefully I'll get a replacement carry handle. I doubt it, but I will not be lifting it from the carry handle because I see it's quite cracked here and there's a crack there. I can't either lift it from the main handle of the machine, and you'll see why in a moment. But that's the carry handle, which of course is the lower storage hook as well. This is the upper cord storage hook, and like many cleaners, it has a quick release action, so you just turn that down and you can remove all the cord in one go. This is the sort of cord protector strain relief, and unfortunately, hopefully I'll be able to get another one. That of course has broken, it's worn away. That just helps prevent any damage to the cord with any constant movement. It gives it a bit of protection, but on this one, as you can see, it's completely worn all the way through, so with any luck I'll be able to get a replacement one of those. Turning the machine round and seeing the top of the handle, we can see the thumb operated on-off switch. This has a neon mains on indicator, so when it's in the off position, which it is now, when the machine's plugged in and switched on at the wall socket, a little amber light would be glowing to show you the machine's plugged in. When you turn the machine on, the light goes off. Moving on to the top of the bag compartment, we can see the major damage that occurred to this machine while it was in transit because it wasn't correctly packed. You can just see here there is a little crack. That doesn't look too bad until we turn it round and reveal the crack goes all the way through the handle and all the way round the back. You can see there. Now I'm not sure if that will glue. It might hold up. I'll take all this apart, see if I can fix it with some glue. You can't buy replacement handles. It would need to be the whole assembly, the top of the bag door and the whole lower part of the handle would need to be replaced. So I might be able to get a second-hand one, but I certainly can't buy a new one. So with any luck, the glue will work. I'm not going to be using this machine as a daily vacuum, so once it's had its demo, it probably will be stored away. But it's still rather upsetting to find that sort of damage. Taking a closer look at the top of the bag compartment, instead of the whistle bag check indicator that was featured on other variants of the 500 series, this has a Deluxe electronic speed control. Quite unusual on vacuum cleaners of this era and very unusual on upright vacuum cleaners. So it has 3 marked positions, but you can vary the power anywhere in between. So minimum for your lightweight rugs, normal for your fitted carpets, and for that extra suction power when using the cleaning tools, there is the boost mode. Of course, there's nothing to stop you using the machine in boost mode when you're cleaning your carpets, and I expect most people that owned this vacuum cleaner would have left it on boost mode most of the time. This is the door release catch that gives us access to the dust bag. On earlier versions this would have been made of metal, certainly on my mum's old 502 it was metal, but it's been made in plastic now for this 560. So we need to get access to the bag. You just pull at the catch at the bottom, release it, and then the whole top of the machine, including the handle, tips back, and then we have the bag that can lift out. Very clean, very easy. Unlike some of the machines of the time with soft bags, you had to undo the zip and it was a bit of a faff. This was very, very easy. They're reusable because we have this little red clip at the bottom, so you could empty the bag, reuse it. I'm not sure how many times Electrolux recommend. I think 3 was the maximum number of uses, but 2 times for best efficiency. A lot of people would have reused the bag over and over again and then wondered why it wasn't picking up. Underneath the bag we've got 2 filters. It will be a bit dirty, so I will just reach in there. I don't know if this is an original Electrolux one, but there is a little pouch at the back for the Electrolux air freshener. I do fortunately have a packet of these. It looks quite thin, that. The ones I've got are a bit thicker. So that's the filter that would have had top front written on it, so you know which way it goes. And then underneath that you need a screwdriver to remove it. I'm not sure if you'll be able to quite see. I'm just about see. There's a filter inside a plastic cage. I always used to wash that with my mum's 502, so I know I can wash it. So I'm going to wash that filter and replace this one with a new one, and of course get some nice new dust bags for the machine. This is a suction channel. This is where all the dirt comes up the back of the machine from either the hose or the cleaning head. It goes up there and then it goes through here when this obviously it's in the closed position, and then the dirt fills from the top of the bag through this hole here. There's a little, be careful, it's not perished. Often they're missing on some cleaners. So there's a little sponge seal that helps to keep the dust in that fits at the top of the dust bag. Here's the front of the cleaning head with the Electrolux logo and electronic there. It has the Royal Appointment crest, suppliers of suction cleaners and floor polishers to Her Majesty the Queen. That's all that says. And on here we have a little slider control, a suction control that needs sticking down, but that just opens a vent to reduce the suction at the cleaning head. I'm not sure why they had that as well as the electronic speed control, but anyway, there you have it. So maximum, obviously the valve is closed, but you can reduce the power if you're cleaning a lightweight rug. Reduce the suction rather than the power, it just reduces the suction. It doesn't affect the motor speed like the dial on the top of the bag compartment. So you've got minimum and maximum setting there. And there is a height control. So in this position it's basically 2 position height control. I think, or is it 3? No. There was one, I'm sure the 504 had a further position just slightly above that one. I could be wrong. Anyway, it's on its high position in that position there for sort of longer pile carpets, but for regular short to medium pile you'd have it in that position there. Just going to give you a very brief demonstration of the machine running. I'm going to be very careful, of course, because with the handle in the state it's in I don't want to be pulling the handle off. I've plugged it in and as you can see the little neon light has illuminated, so when I turn it on that light will go out. It's very quiet because I've got it on the minimum setting. I'll just turn the cleaner on and turn it up so you can see the change in noise level. Even on full power it's quite quiet. It sounds a little bit clogged to me, but I think clean filters and a new bag will improve that. Okay, so I'm just going to run the machine just very briefly, and hopefully during this very short demo, the handle will not fall off, so I'm going to be very, very careful. Now it doesn't seem to be picking anything up, so whether the motor is running too slow, I'm not sure. I'm just going to put my hand in actually. Let's move the flex out of the way, just see if I can feel the suction at the bottom here. There's definitely suction, but it certainly will benefit from a bit of a service. If I take the bag out, I mean the bag is empty, but it's obviously being used. Let's just see if the suction improves with no bag in position. Definitely an improvement in the suction. Obviously I'm not going to run this without a bag, but I do think a good clean out and a new bag and filters, possibly a new belt is needed as well. I'm not sure. The brushes look quite good, but I'll see as I refurbish this vacuum if I still get to keep it, because obviously at the moment I'm in dispute with the seller over the damaged handle. But all in all, I think without the damaged handle it will clean up quite well, and it's a welcome addition. Oh, Ecky thump. Oh! Right, sorry about the swearing. Oh my god. Oh. Well, I'll have to try and beat that F word out. I should. Oh, it's a good job I moved my head. I could hear this noise. Oh. Well, that's not bad considering the number of vacuum cleaners I've had experience of. It's the first time one's done. Oh my god. I could hear this noise coming from the switch. Whew. Oh, all my life went in front of me then. Oh, what a sad life I've led. Well, I don't think I'll be keeping. I don't think I'll be. Well, the seller wanted 10 quid for it, but now since it's been on, if the seller wants to see that blowing up, he can. So obviously, yes, I don't want this now. Now it's gone kaput. Now it's given me a minor heart attack. I do not want to keep this vacuum. If the seller doesn't want it back, I'll keep it for spares. Hopefully I'll get another one. I think, I don't know if it's just a new switch, it might just be a new switch it needs, I don't know. We'll see. But for now, this is probably the last time you'll see this death trap. Ooh. Oh, it's a good job I moved my ear out of the way. I was just listening, I think, where's that little funny noise coming from? And then I realised. And then it, don't know if it caught it on camera, but it was a bit of a flash. Whew. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'm just going to go down and, I don't know, I need something to calm my nerves. If you like this video, please subscribe and you'll be updated every time I upload a new floor care video. If you're a big fan of vacuum cleaners, follow me on Facebook. You'll see a link below. You'll find my Facebook page called iBasiac, where there'll be some exclusive pictures, some sneak peeks, some scans of old vacuum cleaner leaflets and photos, and all sorts of information on vacuum cleaners, new and old. So for me and the blowing up of the Electrolux 560, when my heart starts going at the normal speed, it's been cursed, this video, because apart from the fact this is blown up at the end, I managed to put a hole in a shirt that I've hardly worn, look. I was rushing and I managed somehow to get my shirt caught on the door handle and it went straight through. And this is the result. There we go, a little bit of flesh for you. It's exciting. So I'll be, unfortunately, putting that in the bin because I don't think the ripped look is in at the moment. Perhaps I'll keep it until it's in. Ripped jeans, I think ripped jeans are coming back, so, but I'm not sure if ripped shirts are. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you very soon. And it's goodbye.